we want to look at some of the stories from this year that we would return if we could. Cory, you have an idea on this. Let's start with you.
Well, there are so many stories that I probably gave too much attention to this year, but I thought the October correction and the excitement that we got with it, well, listen to what we had to say when we thought the end was near and the market was finally correcting.
Are tanking. My guest host for the next hour isn't optimistic about what's to come either.
Some market participants believe this could just be a hiccup in the 5-year bull run, but others warns it could be the beginning of something much, much worse.
Is this potentially the sign that we are turning in this market right now, that we might be heading into a correction?
That wide-ranging breadth we saw last year has narrowed a good deal. This is a significant warning sign that the bull market is getting tired and maybe coming to its natural end.
Yeah, it wasn't really a meal. It was more like a burp. The market kept roaring right after that. All my friends in the short-selling community thought they were going to be dancing on some with some successes.
You know why? You know why? I wrote about this back around this time. The Fed is there, and as long as the Fed continues to be there, we're going to continue to see, I think, upside in these markets. So as long as Yellen indicates that she's going to be accommodative, we're going to be in good shape. I mean, take a look. Since the lows in October, we've been just trending higher. A little bit of a dip there in December, but that was quickly reversed.
And we see it's not just domestic QE, right? It's happening in Europe. It's happening in Japan. And that kind of support looks a lot more coordinated than, we might have expected.
Yeah. Well, if I could return one thing this past year, it would probably be Congress. I mean, you got a government here that has actually been the least productive Congress in U.S. history, or at least very close to it. Take a look at that. 296 laws, fewest laws enacted really in history. It comes in second, actually, only to last year's Congress, which passed 284. This is all according to data from GovTrack. But, basically, our government has been pretty inept at getting anything done. And you seem to see no bipartisan support for anything. And they had all these opportunities, right, guys? I mean, they could have gotten immigration reform through. They could have gotten some kind of corporate tax reform through. There seems to be some will on both sides to do these things, and yet it just doesn't happen. Instead, take a look at this. We got things like, suddenly renaming 23 post offices, or awarding Jack Nicklaus a Congressional Gold Medal. Or this is quite something, a resolution to honor the passenger pigeon.
They don't even vote.
A special,
pigeons don't even vote.
Kind of bird.
Well, that's why you can honor them.
But, I think that this has just been symptomatic of what we've seen over the last couple of years. And you know what? On the flip side, hey, maybe it's a good thing, right? Maybe you don't want Congress in there doing all kinds of stuff.
Not a good thing.
If there
are serious problems and need help.
Maybe that's in some ways
good.
Good.
The pigeons are happy. What can I tell you? Well, here's what I would like to take back. Any bearishness that I might have had on the shares of Yahoo. And I would just want to give a shout out to Adam Cecil of Gravity Partners, because I was looking at Yahoo as a real business, and he kept reminding me, and I kept avoiding him, and he kept saying, it's not about the business of Yahoo. It's about the stock of Alibaba that they own. That is what is going to propel
Alibaba.
Right. That's what's going to propel the shares of Yahoo. It's exactly what happened. Yahoo shares were up 25% this year. So sometimes it pays to look not just at the business of the company, but look at all of the assets on the balance sheet and add them up, get a number, and then look whether you should actually buy the stock or not.
Well, when I was thinking about all these things we had regret for, and I have to say that the Bendgate, the bending iPhone story seems particularly stupid in retrospect. It seemed stupid at the time. But the hype about Alibaba's Singles Day. Do you guys remember Singles Day?
Oh, yeah.
When they announced it. So, as we all know, 12/12 is the day we all gather to celebrate Frank Sinatra's birthday and Pimm Fox's birthday. But 11/11, November 11th, Singles Day in China, and Alibaba got us all psyched up about all the record sales, the gross revenue dollars, not the actual revenues, but the gross revenue dollars they were going to recognize. Buried in all that hype was the fact that they've been accepting pre-orders for 28 days. It wasn't one day's worth of sales. It's a month's worth of sales So the whole thing was this hyped up, ridiculous thing.
Because they're trying to get attention for the holiday, right? They're trying to create another kind of Valentine's,
well,
maybe even bigger.
for their new stock, and attention for their new stock, suggesting that the future of commerce is Alibaba, and it was indeed this big day, and that this big day could have legs in the U.S., as if there isn't a Thanksgiving or a Halloween or a Christmas or a Hanukkah or Kwanzaa for that matter. I don't know that Singles Day is going to go much far beyond China, and indeed isn't even a single day.
Well, you could probably make every day a special day for your shopping habits, right, Cory?
For your personal shopping habits. Well, that's the thing. People shopping on themselves, I don't know that we have a special holiday for that. Every day is that
right.
in the U.S.
Well, it's, one gift for you and two for me, that kind of thing.